Hello, welcome back to Tutorial by Lodestone Productions, where we help you discover your true north. I am Aditi, and this is a message for whenever this message reaches you, because Spirit is not bound to our time and space continuum. And so the only time by which we tell time is divine time. Dig what I'm saying? So let us check our spiritual voicemail and see what's what. Shall we? Do let's. Here we go. 7 of Cups, 4 of Wands, Queen of Swords, 4 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and 3 of Wands. 3s, 4s, 7s, and 1 Queen. Well then. Looks like a rocky rise to stardom. Yeah. So 7 of Cups, that's the, like the card of options. But the way that I'm seeing this, it's like, okay, there's I can create this world however I need to. And because of that, the possibilities are endless. The 4 of Wands and the Queen of Swords is like wanting to establish a foundation of truth. But if the only thing that you have been dealing with are untruths, then the truth is just like a completely different world, which is what I'm seeing here with the 7 of Cups. Like there's a whole, like the possibilities are endless. Yeah. And we've got the 4 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and 3 of Wands down here on the bottom. Not recognizing what you have in front of you. There's also this usually the 7 of Wands is the King of the Hill card, defending everything on all the sides. But the 7 of Swords it's like the gossip card or the rumor mill. And then the 3 of Wands is standing on the promises of Spirit. So your name is being discussed in rooms where you are not. It's like your reputation is preceding you. You may not, because you are not aware of the content of the conversation, you may assume that this is bad or incorrect information. But with this 3 of Wands here, I'm gathering that it's actually better than you think. Especially with this other thing here, it kind of leads back to this 7 of Cups and having this be a whole new world on both of these. And the fact that they're like right in line with one another. It's something that you are not aware of, but it is, I'm feeling like it's overwhelmingly positive. And then we've got Temperance, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Rejuvenation, and the Magician. Yeah, it's better than you think. Dadgummit. Okay, so Temperance, you are incorporating all of these things that you have been learning these last few years, right? It's like the last 3 or 4 years have basically been the learning or the training environment, but Temperance It's like taking all of these concepts that you've learned separately and starting to incorporate them within one another. The Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, you are also getting better with your repetition. You're getting better with these things that you've been working on. Like, these concepts are actually starting to make sense. They're not just like arbitrary individual concepts. Like, you're starting to actually be able to not only intellectualize them, but also be able to feel what these concepts mean. Okay. For example, if you have gotten out of a relationship, right, and it has been determined that that relationship was unhealthy and that you had developed coping mechanisms to be able to thrive within this unhealthy relationship, right? You've come out of that, come out of the relationship, and now you are learning how to undo these coping mechanisms so that when you do enter into a relationship again, you are coming in from a better position because you have done the work, you have unlearned the behaviors, and you have also applied the healthy behaviors in the relationships that you are still engaged in. That's what I'm talking about here with this Two and Eight of Pentacles and the Temperance. Like, you know, applying, it's like using your therapy words and having them make sense. Stop it. And then you've got the Queen of Wands, Rejuvenation, and the Magician here. Starting to feel good about that, right? These concepts that are coming in, these concepts that are starting to make sense. One moment. Okay, thank you for holding. All right, so yeah, these concepts that are coming in, like, not only are you like making sense, you've done the hard work on applying them, but you know what? You actually like how it's working out. You're giving yourself the freedom to, you know, stretch and grow in this new way of being, right? And you're starting to create a whole new existence for yourself because you have actually gone in, done the healing work, and actually applied it. Got the Sun, Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil. Okay. Oh, I love you too. Okay. So, happiness, clarity, got the path laid out. Things are finally starting to look up. It's been a dark, heavy time. Oh, dark, heavy time. And with the Sun emerging and showing, lighting the way, finally, you can see some actual relief. Some actual relief. My word. Oh, so nice. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands. And a lot of this relief is from within. It's from within. This emotional intelligence, we talked about the Queen of Cups and her emotional intelligence yesterday, right? And the reason why she's able to be so helpful with her emotional advice is because she's been through it herself. Like, I didn't talk about that before, but you know, the Queen of Cups had been through the ringer emotionally. You know, we're talking abandoned and abused and taken for granted and, you know, the whole nine, like you name it, she's been subject to it. But she did not allow her past to dictate her present and determine her future. There were lessons that were learned through all of the pain that she has gone through. And now she is able to interact with other people from a position of power and leadership, as opposed to a position of pain and revenge, right? And you've got the Knight of Wands here, and the Knight of Wands is very much Mr. Saturday Night. I am here for a good time, not a long time. This is very youthful, very passionate energy. Really good, like with the page being, like the spark plug or the lighter. The Knight of Wands would be, like a crude torch or of some sort. Like the flame's a little brighter, it's a little hotter, but that's because the Knight is very physical. He is the man of action, right? And you have all of this power of the action and a little bit of the, it is volatile because it's fire. Fire's nature is volatile, but there's room for refinement and direction because this is a knight, right? He's not held to the same standard of decorum as, like, say, a king. He's got his own code and whatnot, but he doesn't need to have as much control as, like, say, a king does, but still quite passionate. So this emotional, clear path with emotional intelligence and a brand new shot of action to go along with it, right? You've got this Five of Pentacles, and I'm seeing this not necessarily as like being financially out, but just the loneliness that comes from an upgrade or a promotion, right? When you're first moving from one position to the next, and say you have to go to a completely different section, you have to get to know all new people. Sometimes you're not able to interact with the same people that you did before, and that may bring up some states of loneliness, but take heart. The Queen of Pentacles is also here. Have all the queens shown up? Swords, Cups, Pentacles. Did Queen of Wands show up yet? Yep. All the queens are out. Okay. All right. So yeah, you went through and you learned all of those big lessons all the way up to the Queen's level, which is fantastic. And the fact that they're all coming out in this one reading. But okay, so Queen of Pentacles, she is the nurturer, right? Super gardener. Maybe she can make it happen. She gonna get it to grow, right? She's very abundant. Like Frozone. Yeah, all that ice, and he's able to pull the moisture out of the water, pull the water out of the air to make the ice. That's Queen of Pentacles action right there. Something out of nothing, very much so. And then we've got the Devil here. Now, talk about volatile. Now, this is some really, really potent energy. Reason being, it can go from 0 to 100 real quick, because it can go so many ways. It can go into overindulgence. It can go into compulsion. It could lead to addiction, or it could pull you away from something that is on its surface seems like it is a good and healthy direction to go, like going to work, right? But if you apply the devil energy to going to work and it becomes imbalanced, you can become a workaholic. You can become, just like addicted to the hustle, right? Sometimes the devil shows up to be like, hey, why don't you come over here and try this over here for a little bit, see what it tastes like. Well, just check it out. The way that I'm seeing this here, buy the shoes. Yeah. You have it. Just buy the shoes. It's fine. Just buy the shoes. You've got, it's working. It's going to work out for you. It's going to work out for you. Just buy the shoes. It'll be okay. Ten of Cups, Death, Six of Pentacles, Lovers, Knight of Pentacles, and Ten of Wands. All right, so yes, just buy the shoes. Allow yourself to actually be happy. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in being the very best that we could be, or being the best around, that we don't put any emphasis on being happy within ourselves, right? We're so worried about like the outward appearance, and if my outward life is lined up with my inward life, right? And is it looking like this? The Ten of Cups, especially like right after the devil with like, buy the shoes. Remember to do the small things that bring you joy. Okay? Life is to be enjoyed. We're not here to struggle and hustle all the time. And you can find joy in doing the inner work. It's not always about crying it out and admonishing yourself for being young, or admonishing yourself for being human, and then just being neutral. Like there should be moments of joy here as well, joy and gratitude. And these moments are going to start coming in a more rapid succession. It's what I'm seeing with the Ten of Cups. You've got Death to the Six of Pentacles. If you have not been able to give, we are coming to the end of that. Coming to the end of that. There's gonna be some good old-fashioned abundance coming in, and you're going to be able to be a bit more philanthropic in your daily dealings, which is fantastic. And because we are coming out of like this me era, right, and sliding into the we era of things, and so you want to be able to contribute to that. And with the Six of Pentacles, you will be able to. Then we've got the Lovers, the Knight of Pentacles, and into the Ten of Wands. This is choosing the work, choosing to do the hard work. Whoa, that's some serious growth right there, collective. Holy cannoli. Choosing to do the hard work. No risk, no reward. I can dig it. Sure can. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do what you have to do and get through it, instead of, just skirting the issue. And it's appearing like you are choosing to do just that. Nine of Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Cups, Ace of Swords, King of Wands, and King of Swords. Well, would you look at that there? So all of this queen level lessons have been learned, and in come the counterparts. This is fantastic because you're almost done with the difficult part. That hard work that you've chosen to do, you're actually coming to the end of that. Two of Wands, you've chosen to move in a specific direction, and you are here to see it through. And you're going to party. If you got to party by yourself with the Three of Cups, you are going to celebrate that. If nobody else is there to give you a high five, you're there to give you one. I know that's right. Then we've got the Ace of Swords, the King of Wands, and the King of Swords. Super duper clarity. I mean, just, if tell it like it is was a thread, like tell it like it is, because you've got the clarity of the Ace of Swords, but then you have the unmitigated gall of the King of Wands paired with the brutal honesty of the King of Swords. I'm going to call it as I see it, because it's too clear, and it's too clear for me to ignore it. Some of y'all need to be reminded. Some of you need to be reminded that the reason that they wanted to get it out, Aditi. Get it out. For some of you, the reason they wanted to keep you down was because they wanted to keep you away from this energy. And for some of you, they almost had you convinced that you didn't have it in you. Yep. That was the hard work. Getting back to you. Getting all this power back because you had given it away. And now that it's back, and you're a little upset that you let it go as long as it did. And there are some people that need to be, there are some people in some of your lives that need to be made aware that the game is over. And seen. Yeah, game's over. And that they need to be, got to tell them about themselves. Okay. One more round. Let's do it. Eight of Wands, the World, the Star, the Empress, Nine of Swords, and Page of Wands. Yeah, some people are going to have to be told about themselves, but you will be informed as to who needs to be told what. So don't worry about it. You don't have to dig up some emotion that wasn't there. All right? Because a lot of this work that's been happening in this becoming of this new creature that you are becoming had to do with how you reacted to things that were hurtful for you and how to deal with that effectively. So now that that work's been done, you don't have to undo it to be able to tell somebody about themselves. You don't need to be full of rage to tell the truth. the truth is going to be in the truth is going to be made plain, and you'll know when it's time for you to cut bait and start healing for real. Because a lot of these things were, like the remedial stuff, the precursors and things, healing the inner child, dealing with lack mindset, those things. Like you had to work through those in order to get into the growth and abundance mindset, right? Like all those things needed to be addressed. And so now as those things are being addressed and you're getting those messages from spirit, like a lot of these things that had created your world before and had thrived in the fact that you were not operating in your best self because you didn't know who that was. Now that you know, it's a wrap on that, because now you get to start putting some shine on these things. Like, okay, I get my nails done, right? And part of the process is like they lay down the product. But if they lay down the product without filing and buffing it, it's like really rough. The product, because I get dip nails, the product is not, when it's not cured, it's not hardened, which means it's just like, it's crumbly. But after you put the proper chemicals on, you still have to file it and dust it and shape it and all of this, right? So the world would be like the agent to cure the product. The star would be the file to shape it and refine it, keep it all smooth, and make it so that here we are 4 weeks later and the nails still look like something, right? This is what we're doing now. We're putting the shine on the bowling ball, right? Then we've got the Empress, the Nine of Swords, and the Page of Wands. You are just big enough to do this. Now, imposter syndrome is going to still be here, okay? For those of us who deal with it, for those of us who suffer from it, it's gonna be there, okay? But it's about taking the steps to not give this imposter syndrome any more fuel than it already has. Because you are in Empress mode. You are creating the life that you want to live. And you are doing it from concept to realization. Like it's happening. My word, it's happening. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Keep refining. And after a while, all of this stuff is going to not only start to form and whatnot, but it's going to take shape and become solid. Solid. Like you're moving in the right direction. That's for darn sure. Just one foot in front of the other. Just keep doing the work and keep taking the steps. And all of these things will reveal themselves unto you. All right. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me today. And until we meet again, remember to be good to yourselves and to each other. I will see you next time. Bye now.